All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Good evening. God is good all the time and all the time. God is good. Welcome, welcome to yet another evening on Monday. As we all know, Monday evenings are there for men only show, men only show. And those who are joining us who happen not to be men, like my sisters and all those family members who join us, welcome, welcome, my sisters, welcome, my mothers, my aunts, my grandmas, omas, everyone is welcome. Even though it's a men only, it's for men only evening show. And tonight we have an exciting conversation with one of the prolific and successful men of impact in our society. We have a wonderful guest speaker this evening. So in case you were still boiling water for your tea or trying to fix a coffee, try and speed up because very soon we will be starting and having a wonderful conversation, a conversation about a content, a literature that is going to transform people's lives. Because remember, when we transform men's lives, we are also transforming the society in general. When we transform women's lives, we are transforming the society in general. So in this case, as you know, there's been many concerns about toxic masculinity, but we hardly have spaces where we can address the alternative to toxic masculinities and such. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's a new channel. It's a new YouTube channel. Please support, because with your support, we can be able to continue with this ministry or project that is very important in our society. So my sisters and brothers, as we continue to get ourselves ready for listening to our guest speaker, let us prepare ourselves and listen to some of our prelude before we start. And those of you who missed last week's evening for men only show, you can always just go to our YouTube. You can find it there. Click it. We had another prolific, powerful man of God last Monday, Bishop Mchunu. And as I promised, I did visit the Men on Track event that was hosted in Durban by Men on Track KZN chapter. Oh my goodness, what a wonderful space for men. For men. There were men there, men of wisdom, young and old. Some people brought their sons, which was so wonderful. We learned a lot. We spoke about finances, we spoke about health issues, we spoke about mental health issues. There were speakers who spoke to us about spiritual development for men. If you were not there, you really missed out. However, thanks to technology, you can go to the Facebook page of Men on Track KZN, Facebook page of Men on Track KZN. You will find videos there because they did broadcast the sessions live. So it was a wonderful time that we spent together as men. We learned from each other. We supported each other. Tonight, we are back to Umalusi's for Men Only channel talk show. This is taking place on Monday evenings from 7:30 to 8:30. And tonight, yes, once again, we are building each other. We are building each other tonight. So let's get ready. Let's get ready. My sisters and brothers, in the case there are also sisters who are joining us this evening. But as we shared with you earlier, this is for men only. It's for men only evening talk show. My brothers, gentlemen, and sisters and ladies who are joining us this evening. We have a wonderful guest speaker, as I've shared with you before. We're going to be focusing on a book that has been produced by some of the men, responsible men, who took it upon themselves to take time to apply their thoughts and wrestle with this issue of fatherhood, the issue of the subject of fatherhood. As you all know, that we are getting ready. There's a build up to Father's Day that is coming up this coming Sunday, and it's also coinciding with our youth celebration month. So this month, I think it's going to be important that we focus on to focus on men, not only old men, but starting from the young ones all the way to the elders in our society. So I think, my brothers, it's going to be important that we do not neglect taking care of ourselves and helping each other become better men. So this is why this evening we are going to talk about fatherhood, because fatherhood is very important. Fatherhood is very important in a sense that it is an investment. You know, the late Reverend Dr. Miles Monroe once spoke about the fact that the nation does not produce citizens, but citizens are produced by families. In other words, he said, a nation does not produce families, but families produce a nation by producing citizens. So it's going to be important that we as men take this role of fatherhood very serious as a way of contributing towards parenting, investing to those that will be coming after us, carrying our legacies, taking it forward. We can't just outsource the responsibility of parenting as fathers. We cannot just rely on the government or the schooling system to be the ones who are looking after our children. You know, a few years ago, I think it was 2 years ago when we received those statistics. I don't have statistics for this year, but I remember the statistics that I saw in 2020, the crime statistics that shocked a lot of people. What was shocking in those crime statistics was the violent crimes committed against children. The violent crimes committed against children. I think there were about 1,337 violent crimes that were committed against children, including murder. And what was disturbing was the fact that more than 900, I think about 935, I'm subject to correction, about 935 of the crimes committed against children were committed by children themselves. And then the question, of course, welcome everyone who's joining us, welcome. But then the question, of course, became, so where did these other children learn to be violent towards other children? Somebody must have taught these children how to be violent. And also, of course, as the government will always say, if the parents and the church, those who are Christians, we were doing our job, the government will not be even distributing condoms in school. Some people, they like to criticize the government. How can the government distribute condoms in schools? The government will be like, we wouldn't be doing that if the parents and the churches and religious organizations were successful in parenting the children. So, my sisters and brothers, one of the areas where we have been found short, where we have been found inadequate, has been the area of fathering children. The area of fathering children. So, as I've said earlier, this is an area that we cannot outsource. We cannot outsource. It's going to be important that as men, we take full responsibility of fathering our children in the society. We have to do that. There's no other way of doing it. There's only one way of doing it. It is by fathering the children. And so tonight, we want to unpack the subject. We're going to unpack the subject as we will be reflecting on what my brother will be sharing with us. My brother Bongani Luvalo, the author of the book that will soon be launched this coming weekend on Sunday. Welcome, my brother Bongani. Welcome this evening. We're going to unpack the subject as we will be reflecting on what my brother will be sharing with us. My brother Bongani Luvalo, the author of the book that will soon be launched this coming weekend on Sunday. Welcome, my brother Bongani. Welcome this evening. We're going to unpack the subject as we will be reflecting on what my brother will be sharing with us. My brother Bongani Luvalo, the author of the book that will soon be launched this coming weekend on Sunday. I'm not sure why am I repeating myself, because even when I preach I don't repeat myself. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna maybe stop